Last week deemed a historic moment for the parish of Killina in Rahan near Tullamore in County Offaly. An official lease was signed on a building and has paved the way for the new Killina Presentation Resource Centre to take up residence in the former Presentation Sisters Convent. Well, to find out a little bit more about it and about the ambitious plans that are being mooted for the building, I'm delighted to be joined by committee members Noel Keys and Diarmuid Mollin. Noel, I'm going to go with you first and tell us, this is a major milestone for you. Give us a quick background into the building and as to and how signing this lease came about.
Yes, Ronan, thanks for this opportunity. Yes, it was a historic milestone for the community and surrounding parishes this week. The project commenced in August 2019 when we approached the presentation order with our proposal. And then after the establishment of a steering committee, it was through sheer determination, the positive attitude and the relentless work that we're in a position to put forward our submission to the presentation order to compete in securing the premises. And then during a period of time there, what we did was we made several additional information and submissions. We submitted strategic plans by our committee to the presentation order, and it was agreed there in July 2020 that our submission was chosen to be the successful applicant. And then over the following 8 months, we worked closely with the presentation order to finalise the terms and agreement of a lease agreement. And we formed a limited company prior to the official signing of the lease by our appointed chairperson and secretary. And we're currently working on obtaining charity status for our project. So that's where we're at the moment.
And Diarmuid, you're going to give us a quick overview of the history of the building. So kind of maybe describe it and tell us what it has been used for up until this point in time.
Yes, thanks, Ronan. Yes, so Ronan, the Presentation Sisters actually arrived in Rahan around 1817 at the invitation of a local landowner, Marie O'Brien, who had set up a school in Killina around 1812. So the original building is over 200 years old and still has a number of really impressive features intact. One example is the original chapel, which is a beautiful double-height space with really impressive stained glass windows. So it's exciting to see how this space will be used in the future. Another really impressive feature is there's a 3/4 of an acre walled garden with orchard on the ground, which will be a fantastic amenity for the local community as well.
Killina Presentation Resource Centre, we were formed. Basically the convent is in the heart of the community, and we intend to continue this legacy and reimagining the site with a new vision for the property. Our vision for going forward is to provide a sustainable community centre to encourage a sense of belonging and pride and identity within the area. The need for this is particularly evident re-establishment of the community spirit post-COVID. It also gives us the opportunity to foster an opportunity to provide employment through the community employment scheme. And recently we did a fundraiser which was very successful, and due to the scope of works, we will be holding a further fundraising event to help us out with the project. And we'd like to take this opportunity to thank the community and local businesses for all the donations received to date for the project. It has been very positive and very much appreciated on behalf of the parish.
And AIT have got involved. Take us through the relationship there in terms of helping develop a strategic plan for the building.
Yes, we have two very exciting pieces of work progressing at the moment in the background. The first is a feasibility study, which you mentioned, which has been carried out by a company called Tourism Development International. So this has been enabled through investment into the centre by the local community and through substantial funding from LEADER, which we received through an application to Offaly Local Development Company. So this work will include a lot of engagement with community and local agencies to aim to strike a balance between serving the community while ensuring a sustainable building in the future. We've also, as you mentioned as well, we partnered with AIC and students from their MBA course are producing a 5-year strategic plan for the centre. So with these two projects, it's hoped that it'll set up the centre on a really strong footing.
And it will, of course, be such a valuable resource to the community there, as Noel just touched on as well. And Noel, you kind of said at the starter, actually, you face competition in terms of getting the rights to lease the building.
Yes. Over the period of the term, there was several other groups that were interested in pursuing projects, so we had to put forward the best proposal that was beneficial for the community, and so it was an interesting 18-month duration that we stuck to it and had several meetings, and we had a very strong steering working group, and we made submissions to the presentation sisters, and we were lucky we came forward as being the successful proposal. We'd like to ask people to, if you're able to come forward, no matter what skill or services they have, we have a substantial amount of work, but we also have a few projects that we'd like to actually bring forward. And so if we can have volunteers, if they're able to make contact with any of the committee members, or if you can even drop us an email to the killinacentre@gmail.com, and we'd be very interested in new people coming on board, because it's a very exciting project for the entire, and it's enthusiastic. We've enthusiastic points at the moment, but we have a lot of work to do, so we're just hoping that we can get extra hands on board and bring life back to this convent and have a new focal point for the parish.
Taking care of business with thanks to the local enterprise offices of Laois, Offaly and Westmeath. Find us on localenterprise.ie and let's talk business.